Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Morning News on BTV News. I'm Kimiorin with you. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman on Monday pledged to maintain unity among the political parties that joined the simultaneous anti-fascist movement, saying his government would always put the interests of the people ahead of political considerations. The Prime Minister made the remarks while speaking at a courtesy meeting and dinner with leaders of parties that took part in the simultaneous anti-fascist movement alongside the BNP. He urged the alliance partners to remain patient, saying the government must first meet the expectations of the people. The people have placed enormous expectations on us. Let us work together to fulfill those expectations first. We were together in the past, we are together today, and we will remain in the future.
5ই আগস্ট স্বৈরাচার বিতাড়িত হয়েছিল, কিন্তু স্বৈরাচার বিতাড়িত হওয়ার পরে একটি গুপ্ত বাহিনী 5 তারিখের পরে ধীরে ধীরে আত্মপ্রকাশ করেছিল যে তারা 12 তারিখের নির্বাচন এবং 12 তারিখের নির্বাচনের আগে ঠিক স্বৈরাচারী কায়দায় ভিন্ন ডিজিটাল ওয়েতে তারা কিভাবে তাদের কাজগুলো চালিয়েছিল, কিভাবে তারা চেষ্টা করেছিল বাংলাদেশের জনগণকে বিভ্রান্ত করার জন্য। বাট ঐতিহাসিকভাবে সত্য, বাংলাদেশের জনগণ যখনই স্বাধীনভাবে তাদের মতামত দেওয়ার সুযোগ পেয়েছে, তারা সকল সময় দেশের পক্ষে, জনগণের পক্ষে সঠিক সিদ্ধান্ত গ্রহণ করতে কখনো ভুল করেনি এবং ঠিক 12 তারিখের নির্বাচনেও তারা সেটিই করেছে। জনগণের প্রত্যাশা অনেক, সেজন্য আসুন আমরা সকলে মিলে চেষ্টা করি জনগণের প্রত্যাশাটাকে আগে আমরা অ্যাড্রেস করি। আমরা তো আছি, আমরা ছিলাম একসাথে, আমরা আছি একসাথে, ইনশাআল্লাহ আমরা থাকবো একসাথে। কাজে আমাদের মধ্যে আমি মনে করি না ডিফারেন্স অফ ওপিনিয়ন হতে পারে, কিন্তু ভুল বুঝাবুঝির কোনো কারণ আমাদের মধ্যে আছে বলে আমি মনে করি না। কারণ আমাদের 31 দফার মাধ্যমে আমরা একটি জিনিস একত্রিত হয়েছি, এক জায়গায় একত্রিত হয়েছি যে ইয়াস আমাদের উদ্দেশ্য এবং লক্ষ্য এক। যেহেতু আমাদের উদ্দেশ্য এবং লক্ষ্য এক, কাজে আমাদের মধ্যে ভুল বোঝাবুঝির হতে পারে না। হয়তো 31 দফার একটি দফা কিভাবে বাস্তবায়ন করবো এই ব্যাপারে আপনার একটা মত থাকতে পারে, আমার একটি মত থাকতে পারে, এখানেই হয়তো কিছুটা ভিন্নতা থাকতে পারে, কিন্তু আমাদের মধ্যে কোনো বিভেদ নেই। এটি শেষ না, এটি শুরু। আমরা এটাকে ইনশাআল্লাহ কন্টিনিউ করব।
BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir conducted the program and delivered the welcome address. Leaders who spoke included 12-Party Alliance Chief Coordinator and Jatiyo Party Qazi Zafar Chairman Mustafa Jamal Haidar, Nagorik Oiko President Mahmudur Rahman Manna, BPLB Workers Party General Secretary Saiful Haq, Bangladesh Jatiyo Party Chairman Andalif Rahman Partho, Gano Forum President Shubroto Choudhury, Jamiat Ulema Islam Bangladesh Secretary General Maulana Ghulam Mohiuddin Ikram, and Gano Dal Chairman ATM Ghulam Maula Choudhury. Earlier arriving at the venue, the Prime Minister went from table to table, exchanging greetings and pleasantries with the leaders of the allied parties. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman exchanged greetings with leaders of the allied parties before hosting a dinner in their honor. BNP Secretary General and Minister for Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said the government is committed to implementing both the BNP's 31-point reform agenda and the July Charter in letter and spirit. Speaking to reporters after Prime Minister Tariq Rahman's meeting and dinner with leaders of political parties that jointly carried out the anti-fascist movement, Fakhrul said the Prime Minister reaffirmed the government's commitment to fulfilling the pledges made to the people. The meeting was held at the State Gate Guest House Jamuna last evening with leaders of political parties that had stood alongside the BNP during the anti-fascist movement over the past 15 to 16 years. Fakhrul said the gathering aimed to exchange views and further strengthen the unity forged through the long struggle against fascism, extremism, and autocracy. Describing the meeting as emotional, he said the leaders reflected on their years of joint struggle, recalling the sacrifices of political activists who had been jailed, implicated in cases, subjected to enforced disappearance, or killed. He said Prime Minister Tariq Rahman warmly greeted the alliance leaders individually and thanked them for their contributions to the democratic movement, saying the nation would always remember their role. Fakhrul said the Prime Minister thanked the allied political parties for their contribution to the democratic movement and said the nation would always remember their role. Social Welfare and Women and Children Affairs Minister Dr. NEWS10am Zahid Hussain, Prime Minister's Press Secretary NEWS10am Salih Shibli, and Deputy Press Secretary Jahidul Islam Rani were also present at the briefing. Prime Minister Tareq Rahman emphasized the importance of adopting a realistic plan to expand the Family Card program nationwide in phases, ensuring the best use of modern technology and strengthening effective coordination among all relevant ministries and agencies. He laid the importance at a meeting on the nationwide expansion plan and implementation strategy for the Family Card program. The Prime Minister chaired the meeting at the Cabinet Division in the Bangladesh Secretariat yesterday. The meeting reviewed the progress of the implementation of the Family Card program, one of the key commitments outlined in the BNP's election manifesto, and discussed in detail the roadmap for its gradual expansion across the country. At the meeting, the Premier also stressed the need to develop an accurate and credible database to ensure that the benefits of the Family Card reach the genuine beneficiaries in an effective, transparent, and accurate manner. Tariq Rahman instructed the authorities concerned to ensure the highest level of transparency and accountability at every stage of data collection, verification, and beneficiary selection. Social Welfare Minister Abu Zafar Mohammad Zahid Hussain and State Minister Farzana Sharmin, Prime Minister's Advisor Mahdi Amin, Principal Secretary ABM Abdus Sattar, Principal Coordinator for the SDG Affairs at the Prime Minister's Office, Professor Dr. S.M. Abdul Awal, Special Secretary of the BNP National Executive Committee Belayat Hussain Mrida, and senior officials from the concerned ministries and offices were present at the meeting. Continuous heavy rainfall and upstream inflows have caused river water levels to rise across Bangladesh, raising the risk of flooding within the next 48 hours. According to the Flood Forecasting and Warning Center (FFWC), the districts most at risk include Lalmonirhat, Nilphamari, Rangpur, Gaibandha, and Kurigram in the Rangpur division. The Tista River is currently flowing 5 centimeters below the danger level at the Dalia Point in Nilphamari. To ease the pressure of the rising water, all 44 sluice gates of the Tista barrage have been opened. The FFWC said that although water levels in the Tista, Dhorla, and Utkumar rivers have remained stable over the past 24 hours, they are expected to rise over the next 3 days. As a result, water levels at several locations in these 5 districts may exceed the danger level within the next 48 hours. Meanwhile, flood alerts have also been issued for the northeastern districts of Sylhet and Sunamganj. Over the past 24 hours, the water level of the Surma River has increased, while the Kushiara River has remained stable. However, both rivers are expected to rise over the next 3 days, which could trigger short-term flooding in low-lying riverside areas of the 2 districts. The Flood Forecasting and Warning Center has warned that 7 districts in northern and northeastern Bangladesh may experience flash floods within the next 48 hours. Prime Minister Tareq Rahman has directed the authorities concerned to ensure improved and easier access to healthcare services for marginalized people and asked doctors to be more sincere in providing treatment to patients. He also directed stricter action against negligence in duty and instructed the authorities to expand dialysis services and strengthen healthcare infrastructure across the country. The Prime Minister made the directives at a meeting with officials of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare at the Secretariat yesterday. It was the first time that a Prime Minister visited the Ministry's auditorium to hold such a meeting. At the outset of the meeting, the Prime Minister asked the Minister, State Minister, Secretary, and other senior officials to brief him on the achievements made in the health sector during the 5 months since the present government assumed office. The officials informed him that the country's health sector had been left in a fragile state by previous governments, making quality healthcare increasingly difficult for marginalized people to access, and said the present administration has been working tirelessly to improve the situation. Referring to allegations frequently raised in the media and on social media that patients at the Upazila level often fail to receive satisfactory treatment despite the presence of doctors, the Prime Minister directed the authorities to take necessary measures, including disciplinary action where negligence in duty is found. The Prime Minister also stressed the need to improve treatment facilities for kidney patients. He said, 10-bed dialysis centers at district hospitals would be expanded to 50 beds, while dialysis centers would be established at all Upazila levels across the country in phases over the next 3 years. He directed the authorities concerned to develop the required skilled manpower and ensure adequate logistics support for the expansion program. The meeting also discussed the government's initiative to upgrade Upazila health complexes from 51 to 101 beds, including the required manpower and infrastructure. Engineers from the Public Works Department presented detailed infrastructure designs and implementation plans. Health Minister, State Minister for Health, senior officials of the ministry, and directors and top officials of Dhaka Medical College Hospital, Bangladesh Medical University, and several other hospitals in the capital attended the meeting. Prime Minister Tareq Rahman said that his government is attaching the highest importance in protecting workers' rights, ensuring a safe working environment, and implementing international labor standards. The Prime Minister said this when International Labour Organization ILO Director General Gilbert F. Hongbo paid a courtesy call on him at his office in the Secretariat yesterday. At the outset of the meeting, the ILO Director General congratulated Tareq Rahman on assuming office as the head of the government. Hongbo said that international confidence in Bangladesh had been further strengthened following the assumption of office by a government elected through the direct votes of the people. In this context, the ILO Director General said the ILO is interested in further strengthening its long-standing partnership with Bangladesh and will continue to work closely with the government for the development of the labor sector. In response, the Prime Minister thanked the ILO for its continued cooperation and said that his government is attaching the highest importance to protecting workers' rights, ensuring a safe working environment, and implementing international labor standards. The ILO Director General also congratulated the Prime Minister on the election of Bangladesh's Foreign Minister Dr. Khalilur Rahman as President of the 81st session of the United Nations General Assembly (UNGA). Hongbo also highly praised the present government for achieving other diplomatic successes at the international level within a short period. During the meeting, the ILO Director General said that Bangladesh government's ongoing labor sector reforms and commitment to implementing international labor standards are being positively recognized globally. The other areas which came up in discussion during the meeting includes workers' protection, skills development, expanding employment opportunities, and developing a skilled workforce to meet the demands of the changing global labor market. They also discussed the progress of Bangladesh's ready-made garment sector, workplace safety, the development of the informal labor market, and Bangladesh's achievements in implementing international labor standards. Both sides stressed the importance of strengthening cooperation between the government and the ILO to further advance the ongoing labor sector reform initiatives. They also exchanged views on ensuring the rights and welfare of migrant workers, establishing a safe and orderly migration system, and further strengthening cooperation in enhancing the skills of overseas-bound workers. During the meeting, Tareq Rahman reiterated his government's commitment to ensuring a worker-friendly and sustainable working environment. Besides, the ILO Director General expressed his commitment to further expanding the organization's existing cooperation with Bangladesh and working jointly for the development of the country's labor sector. Labor and Employment Minister Ariful Haq Chaudhry, Prime Minister's advisor Mahdi Amin, Secretary to the Labor and Employment Ministry Mohammad Abdur Rahman Taraftar, ILO Country Director in Bangladesh Max Tunon, and Senior Advisor to the ILO Director General at the ILO headquarters in Geneva, Hitomi Nakagomi, were present at the meeting. Home Minister Salahuddin Ahmed has directed members of the Border Guard Bangladesh BGB to maintain the highest level of vigilance along the borders to check illegal infiltrations, pushes, human trafficking, and other cross-border crimes. Home Minister issued the directives while addressing BGB personnel during a visit to the BGB headquarters at the Pilkhana in Dhaka yesterday. Speaking at an interaction meeting held at the Shohid Shakil Ahmed Hall, Salahuddin Ahmed called on BGB members to perform their duties with patriotism, integrity, and professionalism. He stressed the importance of maintaining discipline, respecting the chain of command, upholding mutual respect and professional conduct, and remain vigilant against rumors and misinformation by relying only on verified information. Expressing confidence in the force, Home Minister said BDP members inspired by the motto Bangladesh First would continue to safeguard the country's borders, sovereignty and national interests with discipline, sacrifice and professionalism. Local Government Minister Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir has said that imported mosquito control chemicals are expensive and in many cases do not produce the expected results. He stressed that greater importance should therefore be given to domestic research and innovation. He made the remarks virtually yesterday while addressing a special exhibition in the capital titled Use of Domestic Innovations and Technology in Mosquito Control. The exhibition, organized by the social organization Youth to World, showcased the locally developed technology for controlling mosquito larvae. During the event, inventor Ame Hamid presented his innovation, explaining its effectiveness, methods of application, and practical use in the field. Participants at the program said that expanding research and promoting the practical implementation of locally developed technologies could open up new possibilities for controlling dengue and other mosquito-borne diseases. Moving on to international news. Ignoring the Memorandum of Understanding signed for a ceasefire, the United States has confirmed its attacks on Iran. The U.S. Central Command said that the strikes, now in their 10th consecutive day, targeted Iranian military and communications facilities. President Donald Trump said Iran would have to pay a much higher price for the deaths of 3 U.S. service members. He stated that the heavy strikes on Iran were carried out in honor of the fallen American troops. According to reports from various Iranian media outlets, the United States targeted facilities in Shirik, Bandar Abbas, Qasem Island, Chabahar, and Ponar. In retaliation, Iran launched missile and drone attacks targeting U.S. military installations in the Persian Gulf region. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps IRGC said it had also targeted U.S. missile systems at Camp Arif Jan in Kuwait. The IRGC further claimed that a tanker near the Gulf of Oman was also struck for allegedly violating restrictions. President Masoud Pezeshkian said that Iran is now engaged in a full-scale war with the United States. However, Tehran said that diplomatic messages are being exchanged between Iran and the United States through mediators in an effort to halt the reciprocal attacks. Meanwhile, Yemen's Houthi rebels have announced a blockade on Saudi vessels. A Houthi media official said that the Bab al-Mandab Strait, the southern entrance to the Red Sea, has been closed to Saudi ships. Now news on sports. The final phase of the nationwide talent hunt program Notun Kuri Sports will be inaugurated by the State Minister for Youth and Sports Mohammad Aminul Haq today. He will inaugurate the discipline of swimming at the swimming complex Mirpur. The talent hunt program is focused towards 10 to 14-year-olds to groom the future stars of country's sports. It features disciplines like cricket, football, kabaddi, athletics, chess, badminton, swimming and martial arts. On Tuesday, teenagers will compete to demonstrate their excellence in kabaddi and cricket alongside swimming. The events will be held across 6 venues: Mirpur Shere-Bangla National Cricket Stadium, Shohid Sohrawardi Indoor Stadium, Bangladesh Army Stadium, Shohid Tajuddin Ahmed Indoor Stadium, Syed Nurul Islam National Swimming Complex, and the Chess Federation. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman will be present at the Army Stadium on July 27, the concluding day of the competition, to hand over the prizes. That brings us to the end of the news. Thank you for staying with us. Allah Hafiz.